Apples are in season right now, so we'll need to create a few new dishes featuring that ingredient for the autumn menu. Alright, I'm not bothering to look up from this notebook, but I could feel you watching me with disapproval on your face. For the last time, I don't need someone to check up on me. I can plan this menu on my own. Will you do us both a favor and go home? It's already past midnight. You're not my sous chef. Well, sorry for stating the obvious. You caught me off guard, and that was the first thing that came to mind. Look, I don't know what the hell you want, but you're not allowed to be here at this time of night. We're closed, which means that if you're not my sous chef or the owner, then you need to get out. I don't care what your reasoning is. This isn't your call to make. It's mine. And I'm telling you to leave. Now. Oh, bullshit. There's no way the owner let you back in here, especially after our fight earlier. He wanted us to work things out. That may be what he wants, but it's not gonna happen. I'm not doing this with you. Not now, not ever. Because we have nothing to discuss. It wasn't my fault things got ugly between us. You were the one who threw a fit in the middle of our dinner service. I wasn't about to hide in the kitchen and let you get away with that, so I went out there to confront you. I know your job requires you to give honest reviews, but you don't have to be so fucking rude. Every time you visit, you're ready to tear me a new one. I've read your other reviews, and you're never this ruthless with other chefs. No, you single me out. Your reviews are absolutely scathing, but it's not like any of that matters. Everything that you've ever said about my food is a lie. You want an example? Fine, I'll give you one. Let's talk about tonight. The dishes that you ordered for your 3-course meal have been made hundreds of times, and they're perfect every single time. I wouldn't let them leave my kitchen if they weren't, but all you could do was complain. The French onion soup, yeah? It wasn't overly salty and slimy. It had the right amount of seasoning. The onions had a slight bite, and the layer of cheese on top was melted correctly. And the duck wasn't dry at all. The meat was tender and succulent, and it was coated very liberally with a flavorful citrus sauce. As for the dessert, the chocolate souffle wasn't dense like a brick. It was so light, it could have been mistaken for a cloud. My pastry chef worked hard to create that, and I will not have you drag her name through the mud. Ugh, God, why do you always do this? Don't pretend you have no idea what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I mean. Yes, you do. You nitpick every detail, even the ones most people wouldn't bat an eye at. And when I get defensive, you lash out. Do you really think it makes you an intimidating person when you do that? Because it doesn't. If anything, it makes you immature and petty. You haven't changed a bit since culinary school, have you? Yeah, I'm gonna go there. You know, whatever this is goes back to our days at the Institute. Ever since our first assignment, we've tried to one-up each other. You never could stand it when I did better than you, though. The insults and glares you threw at me were proof of that. You think you're the better chef? Yeah, right! You never even finished the program! You dropped out halfway through, remember? Then years later, you showed up out of nowhere and expected people to respect your new role? Well, I hate to break it to you, but you're just a food critic. Your job is to sit around, eat, and write about what you ate. That hardly takes any skill. There's no cooking involved in what you do, so you have no right to say that you can cook better than I can. Oh, yeah? Then prove to me that you can still cook. You're wondering how? Easy. We're gonna have an old-fashioned cook-off right here in this kitchen. This will decide once and for all who the superior chef is. Here are the rules. We'll each make the same dish. I'll taste yours and you can taste mine. After that, we'll give our critiques. No cheap shots. Just the cold, hard truth, no matter how good or bad it is. Did I hear you correctly? You're agreeing to this? I honestly thought you'd say no. You couldn't pass up another opportunity to one-up me? Huh. I'm pretty sure you're saying that just to make up for the fact that you're gonna lose. Please, I'm not scared. I've never been scared of you, not even during that one time in class. Don't you remember? I was praised for my beef Wellington, and you were so pissed that you almost chucked your knife at me. The only thing that stopped you was the number of witnesses around. You know, if I think about it, your cruel reviews and tantrums are nothing compared to how feisty you used to be. It seems like you're going soft on me. Oh, fuck you! Let's just get on with this, okay? We need something that's relatively quick to prepare and qualifies as a dish that all chefs should know how to make. Yeah, we have plenty of eggs. Why? You want to make a French omelet? No, that's fine. Not only does it check all the requirements, but it also requires finesse and delicate work. Good choice. No, that wasn't a compliment. Don't go thinking I said something nice to you. Yeah. I know you'd never say anything kind about me. Alright, so now that we've decided on what we're making, we'll go over the ingredients, yeah? You see the fridge over in the corner? That's the one the employees use. I have it stocked with additional items just in case. So everything we're gonna need is in there. We'll keep this simple and classic, so no adding cheeses, vegetables, or other types of protein. And as for the utensils and tools, anything is fair game. Does that sound good? Okay, cool. On the count of 3, we'll start. 1, 2, 3. I've got to be honest. I've missed this. Going head to head with you gives me an adrenaline rush like no other. You definitely didn't hear fondness in my voice. You should know that I don't have any positive feelings for you. Only negative ones. Whatever. Just shut up and grab us a couple of forks from that pile over there. Oh yeah, and seeing as how you've already sampled my food tonight, I think it's only fair that I get to judge your omelet first. Got a problem with that? No? This might be the first time that you're not arguing with me. I'm gonna mark this day in my calendar as soon as we're done here. I'm not stalling, watch me. I'm gonna take a bite right now. Oh my god. Even though it pains me to say this, this is the best omelet I've had in years, maybe even in my entire life. It's soft and fluffy, packs a ton of flavor, and has the perfect amount of seasoning. How did you do that? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. You were always at the top of the class week after week. Besides me, no one could even come close to your level of cooking. Alright, fine. I'll admit it. You can still cook. Extremely well, in fact. Are you happy now? Wipe that smirk off your mouth. You're even more unbearable when you're smug. Alright, will you quit gloating? It's really starting to wear on my nerves. Yeah, you've got a point. You constantly get on my nerves anyways. It's a fact of life. Well, look who's stalling now. It's your turn to try my omelet. And remember, you're not allowed to be an ass this time. Shut up, you know it's true. Well, what do you think? Nope, you're not getting out of this. I was honest with you, so the least you can do is show me the same courtesy. You agreed to the rules, so you can't just refuse to answer. Why are you acting so nervous? You are! You're fidgeting and you can't even look me in the eye. What's going on with you? You're being quiet, which isn't like you at all. I'm getting worried here. Can we drop all this animosity for like a second and be real with each other, please? What? Did you just say that my omelet is one of the best things you've eaten in a long time? I don't understand. You ripped me to shreds in your reviews, and now you're telling me that I created something that you're actually enjoying? None of this adds up. You've always thought my food was terrible, so why would you suddenly change your mind? You never hated the food I made? Ever since culinary school, you admired my skills as a chef? I was the only person who you saw as an equal, and that's why you made everything into a competition? You craved the challenge I provided, and going against me forced you to sharpen your own skills, but when you became a food critic, you couldn't let things between us fizzle out. So that's why your reviews were so harsh? You wanted my attention again, and the only way you knew how to get it was to push my buttons? Oh, God, you've got to be kidding me! You're telling me that we've been at each other's throats for years when we didn't have to be? I really don't know whether to laugh or scream right now. This is all so ridiculous. You've always driven me to insanity, but this takes the cake. Why couldn't you have been honest with me from the beginning? It would have saved us a lot of trouble. No, I don't agree with what you did, but I get it. For what it's worth, I'm sorry too. I could have been the bigger person, but I wasn't. I was just as combative as you. Every time you pushed, I pushed you right back. Look, I'm tired of fighting with you. We've been doing it for too long, and I can't do it anymore. Could we, I don't know, start over? Yeah? You want to? That's good. And yes, I agree. We can't pretend that we don't have all this history. We're gonna need to work through it, bit by bit. I mean, if you're willing to put in the time and effort, then I will too. Look at us, we're finally seeing eye to eye on something. It only took us a few years, right? You want to start with a small gesture? Like what? Why are you giving me your notes from tonight? You already told me what you thought, in front of everyone. Oh, these are your actual thoughts? The ones you were gonna put in the review? And you want me to read them? Okay, if you're sure. What? You loved everything you ate? Well, it's good to know that I'm not just some idiot in an apron. I know you never said that. I'm just teasing. By the way, your descriptions are incredibly vivid and detailed. I've never seen someone describe food like you do. It's almost like the dishes are right in front of me, which is surreal. You really are a brilliant writer and food critic. Oh, and about what I said earlier, it does take significant skill to do your job. It was wrong of me to minimalize it, and I'm sorry for doing that. Of course I mean it. You're an exceptional food critic, and you can cook. By that standard, you're a winner in my book. You're not hearing things this time. I actually complimented you. You better get used to it. Since we've decided to turn over a new leaf, I'll be sending more compliments your way. You like the sound of that? Good. Yeah, I suppose we could call tonight a draw. We're both great chefs, if I do say so myself. You know what this means, though, right? Now that I'm aware of how you really feel about my food, you can't keep up this snarky front. I guess I was wrong. You're still pretty grouchy. No, don't ever change. I like you the way you are. I always have. Um, did I say like? I meant tolerate. Yeah, that's it. I tolerate you. Not buying it, huh? Damn. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I've liked you since culinary school. Don't ask me why, I don't even understand it, and I've had years to figure it out. I still don't have an answer. You are the most infuriating person on the planet. And that alone should prevent me from having feelings for you. But, you're also talented and intelligent and beautiful. I can't go a day without thinking about you in some way or another. So I guess, over time I just learned to accept it. You've had a crush on me all this time, too? Is that why you constantly had to antagonize me? You wanted my attention that badly? We're like school children, aren't we? The kind who don't know how to articulate their feelings, so they push and shove each other to show their affection. Exactly. So on top of everything else, we need to decide where to go from here now that we've acknowledged our romantic feelings. Yeah, taking small steps sounds like a good idea. You want to know what the best way to start is? Dessert. Come on, you know I have a sweet tooth. The pastry in it was one of my favorite parts of the program. I still bake from time to time, even though I have a pastry chef here. Yes, I did bake something recently. It's in the fridge if you want a slice. Great. I'll go get it. Be right back. I made a chocolate pie yesterday, but I haven't added any toppings yet. I thought we could work together to put some chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and strawberries on top. I'm glad you're on board. Here, I'll handle the strawberries and you can take care of the chocolate sauce and whipped cream. Does that work? Perfect. Oh, hey, can I ask you something? It's kind of personal, so if you'd rather not share, then I'd understand. You don't mind? Well, alright. I was just wondering, why did you leave the program on short notice? Like, one day you were there, and the next, you were gone. No one in class knew what happened to you. Oh, I had no idea. That must have been terrifying, receiving that phone call. No wonder you booked it out of there as fast as you could. Did she, is she... I'm so glad your mom's okay. Yeah, after something like that, I bet the recovery process was long and difficult. You were there for her, weren't you? You stayed home to take care of her, and that's why you never came back. You know, if you still have a passion for cooking, you might be able to finish the program. They'd probably make an exception for you, especially since you left for an emergency. Oh, really? You prefer the freedom that comes with your job and you wouldn't trade it in for anything? That's fair. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters, right? Thank you for telling me. Knowing that you sacrificed so much for your mom makes me respect and appreciate you even more. The emotional strength that must have taken is amazing. And you're kind of amazing, you know that? I told you that you'd be receiving more compliments. Small steps, remember? Alright, these strawberries are ready to go on the pie. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, you can't do that. Let me rephrase. You can't do that to me. Not if you want me to be sane, at least. Stop. Do not eat that strawberry like that. Come on, don't make me say it. Your lips are wrapped tightly around that strawberry while you lick and suck it, and the noises you're making are positively sinful. It's so easy for me to picture you doing that to something else. No, my mind isn't normally in the gutter. I can't help it, though. You know damn well what you do to me. What you've always done to me. Are you sure you want to know what I thought while we were yelling at each other tonight?